Good morning, everyone. It's 21st April 2017. Welcome to another episode of ProAMT Traders Digest. Disclaimer: trading in stocks derivatives involves substantial risk of loss and not suitable for all investors. Past or simulated performance is not a guarantee of future results. All systems, indicators, strategies shown here are for education purpose only. All levels discussed here are for understanding the study and not a recommendation to trade. Please consult your personal financial advisor before making any investment or trade decision based on anything that is discussed here. We will not be responsible for any resulting profits or losses. So let's have a look at Nifty. Yesterday, the levels were almost same. The test of the stem of B, and on the downside, the same thing, that 98 rejection. So it was not required that unnecessarily put in a burden to analyze the levels which have not changed. So here we get a open which was within the range, and then we get a initial balance in A period itself. B period turns out to be an inside bar. C period breaks down but gives a auction failure to stay within, and then D period again tries to go below the initial balance and it fails. Now what happens is D period directly spikes up. So when D period spikes up, the chances are that it might rotate back down towards the point of control to check any buying interest, because this is a good reference where this M period high was there. Here A period high, and then this breakout. So all supports are lined up in 9132 9135 zone. So any pullback there is going to get some buying interest. Now what happens is H period comes down but is unable to reach there. Then J period, I period is inside bar. J period tries to break down but makes a higher low. Again K and K period tries to break out, not able to break out. L period finally breaks down from this, comes and tests this point of control, and then M period gets a spike up. So all the shots that were getting created here were taken out. Now on the day time frame, this was a failure to stay below this prominent point of control, and when that happens, generally the auction tends to go from where it had broken down. So in this case, if we see here, the breakdown comes from around 89, because that high is 89. Now this was a single print that is closed at 9170. That is also the previous week's low. So a very mechanical level. So the expectation is that it pushes higher into that 89, maybe go above this, fail, and come back and towards 9150 levels. If that's not going to happen, then it would directly try to push into the scene of crime, initially into the 9210 9215 zone, and then 9230 zone. Now on the 3 minute, we have a nice channeled move down, sideways balance, and I've added this cumulative tick in this pane itself. So this magenta is negative, dark magenta is negative tick, blue is positive tick, and this 900 means 9 stocks are positive, more than half of it, so above 25. So it's basically the advancing stocks minus the declining stocks. So when the declining stocks are higher, this goes negative, and when advancing stocks are higher, it goes positive. So because it was like it's not possible to fit in two more charts into this pane, otherwise it will be like very small size. So I thought that we just require this tick, so fitted it in here. So now there is absorption, so underlying is being bought, and before this breaks out, this tick goes positive. So after that we get a nice push up, a sideways move, and see the tick is not able to go negative, so somebody is again and again buying into this dip. We again get a ramp up, but now when this makes a lower high, and the tick is also making lower high, so the probability is that we'll revisit the VWAP or the day mid. So that's the reason for my short, and we got that I got a partial exit, but second exit I had to just scratch the trade. And then finally we get this breakdown. That time the tick was negative here, but as soon as it breaks down from this balance, the tick goes positive, and there is a huge stuck seller here. There is a HVN here. The point of control shifted to 9137 due to this HVN, because this is a volume profile of that 30 minutes. And finally we get a ramp up with huge volume being created. We don't need this multi-scale. And the close is off the lows after touching the mechanical level of 9170. So there would be stops above this. You can see the volumes being generated. So all the leveraged positions taken out at 315. Now on the 15 minutes, the selling which happened in yesterday, like in the spike, there were sellers. So those sellers took control in the morning, and as soon as it dipped down, the delta went positive. And apart from this negative, the delta remained, the momentum stayed in favor of the buyers and continuously positive. Then we have on VSA front, we have a weird combination here. No supply and no demand we have here, that cluster. But this is a bit confusing, because you get a no supply into this. Here we have to change the way we look at it. This is a WRB, 50% of that WRB, and also 50% of the day. So we have to look at it in that manner. And then again a seller stuck here, comes down, seller stuck here, and then instantly we get a bullish reversal. So we get this engulfing bar, and then a spike up. Now let's see what happened on the Renko. So apart from this, this is a opening swing is done. So we get an opening swing break on the upside, failure, break on the low side, failure, and when it gets into this above this zipper is the buying trigger. So we get an impulse up, pull back, impulse up. So two impulses, a clean move. Then we get this M, and my expectation was that it will push through this. That didn't happen. So when this again gets back above this zipper is again a buying trigger. Now let's see what we can expect for today. Let me take the marker. Change the color to yellow. So we get day mid becomes an important reference, and then we have this zipper as a reference, so around 9160, and then we have this zipper as a reference because there are zippers lined up here, 9180, and we have this upper reference is higher, so that we'll consider it when in case we break out, then this comes into play. So let's mark that as well. And on the lower side we have this as a zipper. We have a lot of consolidation here, so supports are stacked. Cool. So this is the uh, demand and supply zones, and now let's see what we can expect. So in case we open gap up, push higher above this 80, come back, test it. Even if it comes back here, does not enter inside and instantly pushes through that and into that 92 92059210 zone. If it's unable to stay above the range, then come within and try to test this 9145 and decide there. From there also it can start its move higher, else push through this 34 and go into the 9120, break that low, and from there slowly come back towards this 45 zone. Otherwise, continue its move down into the 9105 zone, and then in case, because this is 9100, put writing is strong, the PCR is extremely strong, to scare them it can go below and scare those writers. On the upside, 9200 writers are there, so above 80, if it pulls back and then pushes through, gathers that momentum to push through that 200 and can scare those 8200 writers. In case it's not staying above 9180, then expecting a rotation within 9140 9180. Now let's have a look at Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty, we had a weak open, exactly at the previous day's low, tries to push back up into the point of control, fails, comes back down, initial balances form, we get a failed auction. So this is clean. C period comes down, pushes back in, D period breaks out but stays within. Now a bit of short covering happening within this IB itself, but below the fairest price. So it tries to push up in G period, fails, and then comes back down and tests this initial balance low again. So quite mechanical this is. And upside is also, apart from this, very a DTF kind of move, and also there was weekly expiry, so they managed it well. Now here it is getting weaker. If you see on this, it's like it has left this excess and it has come back into the old balance. So expecting it to rotate even more in case there is HDFC Bank result. So it might want to get volatile that time. But apart from that, either it can turn more weak or else just keep rotating. Now, on the 3 minutes, we have this huge bar, then instant push down, and the tick was negative and then stays positive throughout the day. So that was supporting it not to fall. Underlying stocks were being bought. the constituents of bank nifty were being bought, and that saved it from coming down further. And we get a balance on the upside, failed break of that balance into the point of control of previous day, and then starts rotating down, creates another balance again, tries to break out, but then breaks down, goes below, and then finally makes a higher low. This would be a higher low on because on 5 minutes we already have this as a higher low that is broken. So on a bigger time frame, uh, even more than an hour, on hourly also this won't be a pivot. So makes a higher pivot low. Now on 15 minutes we have this uh, supply bar, because there is supply coming in, so goes down, pushes back, and there the sellers getting stuck, and on the delta momentum we have the highest delta of the day. So all this was bought in, and instantly gives an engulfing bar. The volume drops in the engulfing bar, and then instantly the volume rises and we get a huge push up. Now after this push up, this failure closes inside this, so it's a clean failure. That failure is able to produce the results much late in the day, and that's why this becomes a pullback low, and it ramps up back again into the 23.6%. So overall a very very mechanical move. Now let's have a look at the Renko chart. So on the Renko, we have this opening swing was done, and from after doing the opening swing, we get a impulsive move up. That move fails and then comes back down in a very dicey manner. We get a impulse, again a zipper, and this instead of a impulse again gets very jittery. From here we get a nice impulse up, pull back, and then this impulse does not continue, and then we get a symmetric move into the highs of the day. One, two, three, four, five. So a five, you can consider these as waves, or like this is a quite good symmetry in a channel up. Now this failure after this zipper is a nice sign for shorts. So comes back down into the day mid, pushes higher. So when I sold when this pushed higher into this, and broke this. So my trigger was, I think, 72, and got a nice move down. So got two nice trades from here and here in Bank Nifty. Now this is a clean impulse, impulse down, pull back, impulse down. Now here there was nothing. The exit was based on that I thought that it will go to 500 due to the expiry. It came down here and instantly it was like pulling back up, and also this was there to lean on, and that was the reason that I thought better exit. Now there was nothing to lean on, else would have gone long here again for taking benefit of this move, because then it will be like equal points on the upside as well, but could not do that. Now let's see what we can expect for today. So we have this, the close is an important reference. Then we have the mid, which is important, and we have this 21,500. On the upside, we have 640, 21,640, and then on the upside we have 21,680. So if it opens here somewhere, pushes back down into 21,600, then can push into this 640 and then 680. Above that, it will decide whether it wants to push higher or again keep on rotating and creating balance here into this zone, because this entire zone is already populated and might want to get entangled here. In case it's not able to stay above this, then push back down, rotate here, and then make its way down into the 21,500 zone again. And then if it's not getting buyers there, then push through that 480 and keep on pushing lower into the 430 zone. In case the buyers show up there, then fine. Otherwise, expecting even lower levels. Now, HDFC result might produce a volatility spike, so need to be careful. I don't want to be adventurous. So I think that's it for today, and we'll catch up during the day and have a profitable trading day ahead. Thanks for watching.